Hello, this is Oleg with OpenBOM, and today I am going to show you step-by-step instruction how you can get started using OpenBOM for Solidworks. So what you see in front of you is Solidworks with installed OpenBOM add-in. I'm not going to show how to install it, so we are starting with a small assembly and SolidWorks and OpenBOM SolidWorks add-in. And the first thing that I would like to do, I would like to create a catalog. Now, in OpenBOM, you can think about catalog as a database of all parts, assemblies that you have. So we would like to manage this database of all parts and add some information to these parts, such as, for example, cost, manufacturer, and supplier. So in order to do it, we start with create and update part catalog. Part catalog is this database of parts in OpenBOM, and in OpenBOM you can create unlimited number of catalogs, but what we do for the moment is that we are creating part catalog from all parts in this assembly. There are a few other options. I will focus on them later in the different videos, but for the moment we created a catalog which contains all parts and sub-assemblies that I had in this SolidWorks design. So you can see all of them are created in SolidWorks. We use default option for part number equal to file name. That's why we're getting those names here as a part numbers. And I would like to add additional information to these parts, and let's just, for the purpose of this example, I will add cost. So cost will be an additional data that I would like to store together with catalog, and I will put, for kicks and giggles, I will put few information about cost. And let's put another piece of information to the catalog that we would like to manage together with part catalog is information about supplier or where we would like to buy this part. So let's add another property to this catalog, and let's call it supplier link. Supplier link will be reference property in OpenBOM, which will allow us to keep reference or link to a particular source of information. So I added supplier link, and let's put information for this locknut M16. I will be buying it from McMaster, so I would edit reference property. And now I have my McMaster data saved in a different tab in the browser, and I would like to save this link in this reference property. Now you might have a different ways to get this information to OpenBOM, but for the purpose of this example I put this link. So now you can see that you can manage additional information together with SolidWorks parts, and this catalog will be maintained by OpenBOM in sync with everything that you have in SolidWorks. So any moment of time in SolidWorks you will be able to go to this create update part catalog, and all information about your parts will be updated from their design. There are a few other options how to create catalogs from file folders. Talk about them next time. So we do have part catalog, and I would like to manage this information about part. Now I want to create a bill of materials. So what I want to do is that bill of materials will be using data from catalog, and I will show you how to do it. But as a next step, let's just create a simple bill of materials as a part list of all parts in this assembly. So we'll be using command called create update BOM. So very similar like create catalog, but as a result we will have part list. So OpenBOM collecting information about parts, calculating quantities in entire assembly, and we will get bill of materials. So this bill of materials will have a list of parts and corresponding quantities. So we're getting all this information. Now I would like to show you how actually we can connect them together, because we're getting some information that we literally want to have in a catalog, like supplier, ERP part number, date. I want to have this data in a catalog because this data should be the same in all bill of materials. So to do it, I need to connect those two pieces together. So I need to go in a BOM and connect this BOM to the part catalog, and this is my part catalog. So when OpenBOM making this link, OpenBOM designate that there are some properties in the BOM that duplicated in the catalog. Now it's not surprising because we created it from the same Solidworks files and assemblies. But I don't want these properties. I don't want these properties in the BOM, so I will ask OpenBOM by default to delete those properties. And now we're getting properties added to the bill of materials. Now we need also to tell to OpenBOM what property will become a link between bill of materials and part catalog, and we will use part number as a property that will connect between catalog and between BOM. And once we added this information, we refresh the browser, and what you get is a very interesting situation. You'll get a nice view of bill of materials with the information extracted from Solidworks assembly. As you can see, this is the information extracted from Solidworks assembly. Now you see these great properties with the squared parentheses. It's an indication that this data coming from catalog. So that will become database, central database of all your parts and information about parts. Now we can obviously arrange it differently. Let's just move some of those properties. I would like to put I would like to move thumbnail, that it will be in a different place in my BOM. And I would like, for example, to put cost, which will be next to quantity. So let's do a few more steps. So what we get now is that we get part number, cost. Actually, I moved it too much. So let me move it back. So I wanted to get it next to quantity. Now I can show you how I can use this cost for calculations. So let's create an additional property here, and we will add calculated cost. So calculated cost will be used in order to get a formula, define the formula of cost multiplied quantity. And as you can see, for those properties, for those parts that we define cost, we can see that the calculated cost is calculated. So as you can see, we're getting cost from the central catalog of all parts in OpenBOM, and we're getting quantity and calculated cost, and obviously we can get roll-up totals. So we get roll-up totals cost of this assembly. When we will create all cost, obviously we'll get it. We will get the correct numbers. So that was a demonstration how we can create bill of materials and part cataloged and manage this information together in OpenBOM. Now all this information now updatable. You can update this information by extracting changes from SolidWorks. So if you will be making changes in SolidWorks at any moment of time, you can create update BOM, and information in the bill of materials will be updated. But I would like to show you one more thing. And I can ask you how many times in your design and manufacturing situations you would like to create bill of materials for something that you not really have an assembly, and you didn't make a precise assembly in SolidWorks, but you would like to create it for different purposes, kits, some special assembly, special configuration. You don't use design in SolidWorks for these purposes, but you would like to create a bill of materials. So I will show you how you can do it in OpenBOM from scratch, but you will be using data from catalog and all information from SolidWorks. So I will create a new BOM, and I can create, for example, for this assembly, I can create a maintenance kit. So let's create this bill of materials manually. That would be default bill of materials, as you probably seen it many times in an OpenBOM when you create bill of materials from scratch. And now I will assign catalog to this bill of materials, and that's a catalog from SolidWorks. So I added this catalog to OpenBOM, and now what I can do, I can start choosing parts from this catalog. So you can do it by typing, or you can do search, and we can get those parts. So I'm selecting this part from a catalog, and I'm inserting it in the bill of materials, and look what happens. We're getting all data from SolidWorks inserted in a bill of materials, which is technically maintenance kit. So I can bring some other information, some other parts, and I just created maintenance kit with information that came exactly from SolidWorks. And I can say I would like to have 10 washers, and I would like to have 10 nuts in my maintenance kit, and I would like to add another item for this maintenance kit, and I would like this part, and I would like to have 5 units like this. So as you can see, we created bill of materials from SolidWorks parts without getting to SolidWorks, just by selecting parts from OpenBOM catalog. I think it's really cool, and it can be very helpful in different design scenarios. So that was Oleg with OpenBOM, and I demonstrated you how you can start using OpenBOM with SolidWorks and create part catalogs and bill of materials in different ways. So I hope you find it useful, and talk to you soon. Thank you very much.